Hey guys, welcome to my channel, All Things GarageBand. I'm Jeremy Haas. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use GarageBand as loops. I just made a video on this. It was actually how to use GarageBand's MIDI loops, but I just decided I wanted to be a little bit more informative. I watched it, it didn't give enough information, and so I want to redo it, update it, and I want to explain a little bit more about audio tracks, MIDI tracks, and then like drummer tracks, which are the yellow ones. MIDI is green and audio is blue. So without further ado, let's get started. So here are your four different windows here. These are both audio tracks over here, and these are both MIDI tracks. The yellow is drummer, which I was talking about earlier. It's still MIDI, but it's like a live drummer that you can change up as he's playing. You know, it's pretty sick. I have a video, like I was saying, on that. But today we're just gonna, to do the loops, you can start with, you can be on an audio track or anything. But today we're just gonna start with MIDI, a software instrument, okay? And hit create. All right, so this is it starts off with the default MIDI instrument over here, and this is your sound library. We're not going to use that right now, just this for a second. I'm going to take you over to the loops window, loop browser it's called. Okay, and left click on that, and that brings up your loop browser. These are all your different loops, all of them, and it just goes on for days and days and days, okay? So you got a lot of different loops here. You've got audio, which is blue, you've got MIDI, which is green, and then you've got the yellow, which is the drummer tracks, which is MIDI. It's just a different type of MIDI. Okay, so before we get into all that, and I want to take you up to these windows. This will help you kind of find whatever instrument and genre you're looking for instead of going all the way through it. The sound you're looking for, beat, whatever. So you can go to instrument, and you can say you're looking for drums right here, or beats or something. You can go to here, and here's kits. Those are acoustic kits, like drum kits, wooden drum kits, and then you've got beats, which is more like a drum machine, drum pads, that kind of stuff for hip hop, dance, electronic, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so you can really fine tune it there, and then to get it even closer, you can go to genre, and so if say you're after jazz, or say you're after house, hip hop, techno, you can go, or rock and blues is what I go after a lot. It'll kind of fine tune, what you're looking for. And so you can do that, and then it goes even deeper. Descriptions. So if you're looking for melodic, you got melodic here. You're looking for cheerful, right there. Relaxed, acoustic, clean, distorted. It's got all that kind of cool stuff in it. Dissonant. Okay, so you can really fine tune what you're looking for, and you don't have to go searching for it. So because it can take all day and night doing that. Okay, so that's a lot of fun there. Okay, so next is they also have scale here. So if say you know if it's a minor or if it's a major or both or whatever, this gets a little bit more confusing. I'm not going to get into what this all means a little bit more, but it's just good to kind of know what you're after, because it'll kind of find, especially drums, this doesn't affect too much, but it might, the beats, but the acoustic drums not too much. But it will affect your instruments, other instruments, and it could, and also what really affects it. Someone didn't ever explain this to me very well for a long time, and this can really throw you off. You really want to know when you're doing your project, if you're going to be, especially if you're using loops, you want to know what your key signature is in. So the way I go about doing this for me is I do metal a lot, and rock, hard rock, that kind of stuff. So I usually detune my guitars down to like C sharp minor. I'm usually in a minor, and it's usually dropped, okay? But a lot of songs are written in C major. That's just a really popular. It's a lot of people use that. That's where a lot of people feel comfortable singing at, because but if you're going to be singing and you have you like your instruments tuned a certain way so you can hit these certain notes, all the octaves. Just know your key signature, because once you have all your instruments will play it to that key signature. So if you're writing, say you're recording guitars and vocals and all that, and you've got it like like I said, C minor sharp, C sharp minor, and you've got your project set in C major, and then you go and try to add some loops to that, like some piano or some actual notes and stuff like that, they're going to be out of whack with it. It's not going to be in tune with it. Okay, so that's a big thing when you're doing loops, is know your key signature. If you're just going to throw some stuff together, there's not vocals going on in it, and you're not adding much audio in it, you can go C major. A lot of people use that, but just kind of in the way, real quick, I'll just throw this out there. The way I learn what my key signature is in, and whatever the song starts off with usually and ends with a note, and sometimes in the middle and the chorus, whatever the note it uses the most is most likely your key signature. So you can do that if you're playing keyboards or whatever. You can kind of find out what your key signature is that way. Okay, so, or you can use a tuner to find out where you're at. Okay. So enough of that. I'm going to actually change this to C sharp minor. Okay, cool. There we go. So that's one thing you really want to know to do when you're using loops. Okay. And so now I'm going to show you guys how to actually use audio tracks first, and because MIDI is where we're going to get to next. That's you can do a lot with MIDI, but I just want to get the audio out of the way real quick. And I use drums a lot, so that's what I'm going to go with. I use drums, I use kits, and I use the rock and blues genre. But it doesn't matter what your genre is, go for it. Now, like I was saying, audio tracks you can't do as much with. They are baked in there. They are what they are. That's the sound you're going to get. You're not going to be able to change the instrument. Okay, so that's but you can slice them up and loop them and cut and copy paste, that kind of stuff with them. But with MIDI you can change it to any instrument you want. I'll get to that in just a second. But let me show you how loops work first, and we'll start with audio tracks. So what you do is you preview it. Say I like something like this. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to grab this and we're going to do 3 measures like this. Now say I want a fill at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go find a fill I like. There. Okay, so let's see what. Okay, cool. So awesome. Okay, so next I'm going to show you guys real quick how to use MIDI basically. Cool. All right, so cool. I'm going to take this sweet Twilight electric piano here, and I'm going to pull this, left this, and I'm going to drop it on its own track, okay, here. And obviously that's already it's an electric piano. That's a classic electric piano. So I just dropped it on its own track. Now I'm just going to get rid of this so we have less tracks here to look at, okay? And I'm going to hit play. And that was 32 beats, so that's 8 measures, okay, because there's 4 beats in measures, so that's why it's so long here. So some are longer because there's a lot of changes going on in it, okay? So that's but I'm after what we're after today is I want to show you guys how to change the instrument for each loop. It's pretty sick, okay? So say we like the electric piano, but we don't like it completely. We want to check out some other sounds, okay? This is a lot of fun here. Okay, so now we got this. We're going to go over and we're going to open up. We're going to left click on this guy right here. This is your library. And we're going to go find some other sounds, okay, and go mess with some sounds here. I haven't downloaded a lot of stuff here because I usually do audio recordings. But let's go find some sounds here. Okay, let's see this. Let's go ahead and we're going to, so if you go left click, what you can do is grab this. And, whoops, let me cancel that. You can grab this and this will take, if it's over here on this window, you can left click and it'll bring you back over to all, this is like, and it just singles out what you're looking for a little bit more. So go here and it brings it down to these organs here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and try bebop organ. I'm going to left click on that and it's going to ask you if you want to change the instrument. You change what you got here, this MIDI instrument, to a different instrument. Okay, now listen to it. That's sick. Okay, pretty sick. Okay, you can do that all day long. You know, let's try it again. Yes, we want to change the instrument. Okay, so it's pretty cool what you can do here. Real quick, I have another video showing a little bit how to use MIDI a little bit more in depth, but this is like your control area. This is where you can change, say it's the organ, it's on, this is what a organ looks like, a lot of organs look like. They've got, your different, you got chorus, you got your distortion, you got your verb, blah, 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 all that stuff here. Percussion, so it has like almost like a hit to it. You can change all that to kind of fine tune that sound a little bit more in depth if you want. Organs are different. You're going to find, oops, let me go back here. You're going to find that all instruments have different type of, let me do guitar. Let me show you what I mean. Phasing guitar plugs. Okay. They all have different controls, okay? So this is your attack, decay, cutoff, phaser. Let me hit play real quick so you know. Echo. Reverb. Your attack. Your attack. Your cutoff. We can now take this and fine tune it even more. So say let me put it back to the organ because I really like one of those organs a little bit more. And I'm gonna go find me, where were we at? Organ, and let's try the bebop again. I think I like that one. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, cool. So say there's something we want to change in it, or some notes, or it goes to a note we don't like exactly, or there's a chord we don't like, or we want to change it up to make it more ours. We're going to go, and you can hit E on your keyboard, or you can go over to this little pencil you see here and left click on that, and it'll change this bottom screen here. This is your editor window. This is your piano roll over here, okay? So this is your piano roll, okay? So this is where your chords are at. You can see that's, let me get back to the front here. Wherever this is here, it should show up here, okay? And especially this if this is on, it'll make sure your screen goes to wherever your header, your track header is, okay? Same with this guy right here. It'll keep up if it's going farther. Anyways, don't need to get into that right now, but so you can see it's going across the notes here. It's going down here. Say right there we want a different chord, or we don't like the chords there, just say, even though it sounds great. What you could do here, and I have another video showing how to use the editor a lot more in depth, but I'll just really quickly run over it real quick. You can hit command on your keyboard and it'll turn it into a little pencil, and you can either left click on it twice and it'll get rid of it, like delete it, or you can left click on your, just let go of command, left click on your keyboard, and it'll light up whatever you want to get rid of. Say we want to get rid of that whole chord. It'll light them all up, then right click, just like we would up at the top, and cut. And it'll cut that chord out. Hold down command, so you got the little pencil again, and then left click, and it'll pull down a little chord on there, or a whole note. Okay, and then you can shorten the note if you want to shorten the sustain on it, or lengthen it, for the sustain, hold it longer, you can do that. Now, so let me hit play so you can see it went to, see if I want it to go to that note. Okay, and so I don't like it there, but still, so I'm going to go ahead, and it's lit up already, so I'm going to right click and cut it, and I'm going to add in something. Let's try that. That would be right there. Oops, that's not right. There we go. You can if I have command down, I left click and I'm a hold of it, like I can pull it wherever I want also. And you can do it if you don't have command held down also. Just left click and hold it and pull it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm just showing you guys how this, you can spend more time on this if you want. So now I'm going to try to make a chord with that. I'm going to go into a minor, screw it. All right, so there we go. Okay, and let's just see what we can do. See what we can do. This might not be it's not going to work together, but let's try it anyways. Just kind of give you an idea. Hey, it worked, kind of. That was nuts. That doesn't always happen that way. Not really, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. A lot of fun. You can really spend a lot of time down this editor window. Let me just warn you right now. But you can really fine tune something to whatever you want to really fit your project and to fit you. Okay, you don't just have to take a loop, put it on there and just loop it, and that's fun at first, but then it gets really monotonous and it sounds like a loop, which is whatever, that's cool. But it sounds, if you really want to make it yours, make it you can do a lot of cool stuff with it by splicing it up, cutting it up, and adding other, and you could take any MIDI instrument, drop it on any MIDI instrument, change it to whatever MIDI instrument, so they're all in the same, whatever. If you like a rhythm here and a rhythm there, but you don't like, they're two different instruments, and you want to put them together, but you want the same instrument, you can do it that way too, okay? A lot of fun, okay? And I'm just kind of scratching the very surface of loops and MIDI and audio and loops and stuff like that. I have other videos, and I'm putting out more and more that'll be more about MIDI, but kind of showing you how to use MIDI a little bit more in depth. But for now, I just want to kind of give you an idea of what you can do with loops. It's a lot of fun. And so like I showed you audio, now I showed you MIDI real quick. Even though I have another video showing you how to like convert drummer, which is the yellow track, into MIDI. I'm going to show you real quick just to do it, you know, because they are part of loops also. So go over the loops here, and we're going to grab, we're going to go down. Let me go back to, because I know where these are at. Go back to instruments, drums, and go to rock. Okay, let me go find us a Anders hard rock, or who else? Graham. Big bang, big bang. Okay. Go, Anders. This is hard rock. Okay? So say we like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to left click on it, hold it down, and then pull it over to its own window, okay? There we go. So you got drummer here. Now, I have a video showing you how to use drummer a little more, but I'm going to turn off this one, and you're going to, well, let me see what it sounds like together. Or never mind. Anyways, let me turn this off. Okay, so here's your drummer track here. Now, drummer track's really cool. It's still MIDI, and you actually can start. You don't have to go to loops to do this. You can go to your, like I was showing you. You can start a new track, and go here and pick drummer. You know, and well, let me do this. Okay, pick that, and it's gonna pull out whatever you're on last, whatever genre you're on last, which was hard rock for me. But you've got all these different genres. They give you Britpop, funk, rock. They're all mostly rock stuff for the drummer stuff. Okay, Logic Pro, its bigger brother, has a lot more to choose from. Hip hop, all kinds of stuff. So retro rock. So you got all these different ones, and so but I'm gonna go back. That's another way to getting you to your drummer track. But drummer track's a lot of fun. You can actually just kind of like fine tune it instead of splicing it up and stuff like that. You can fine tune it as it's playing. You know, instead of taking a bunch of different pieces and putting it together, it kind of does all of it for you. So let me go back. I'm gonna get rid of this track that I just showed you. Okay, we're gonna go back to this track right here. Okay. And I have another video showing you how to use this more in depth, like I just said. But from there, you can pull this and change it as it's playing. More simple, louder, more complex. And then you can take out the kick drum, or just a snare, or add in cymbals instead of hi-hat, or toms. And then each one has different patterns, okay? So back to cymbals, or you're using a shaker, whatever, you can each have different patterns, and then you can change it up and then change it here, and then you have different beat presets for that genre. It's nuts. It goes on for days, okay? Okay, but today I just want to show you how to take the drummer track, which is yellow, and change it to the green MIDI. They're both MIDI, but because what can happen is once you've got some tracks done, so you got another one here, and you think you're working on this one, but this one's lit up, and you go mess it down here, all of a sudden you just ruin a track that you think you're over on this track, but this one's lit up, and you go mess with it, all of a sudden you just ruin one you've been working on for a while to fine tune it. So it's good to go and take a track like this and bounce it down to MIDI at least, okay? And then from there you can bounce it to audio, okay? So let me see exactly how this one works. I believe I can copy this, or also what you can do is say, I'm gonna go find a drum set I like. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to MIDI. I'm gonna hit plus here. I'm gonna go get MIDI here, make another track, and I'm gonna go find drums. Okay, so I'm gonna go to drum kit, and I'm gonna get, I think he's using, you can do whatever drum kit you want, but I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go to heavy, and then so it's the same one, because we want to say we like that sound, we want to keep it that, but you could change it to any drum kit you want. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this, and then I believe it works the same in GarageBand. And then now once you've copied these, let me light up, make sure. Nope, it didn't light up all of them. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll left click, hold this down, light all these up. I'll right click, I'll copy, and then we'll drop down to this track, make sure the header is wherever you want it to start from, and then paste. There it is. Sick, huh? A lot of fun, you guys. Okay, so, and you can actually edit audio down there. It's a whole different thing, and I'll have another video showing how to edit audio later on. But yeah, so I hope I covered all you need to know kind of about loops, you know, to get it kind of get you going on it. But there's so much more. It goes on for days, and I'll have more advanced stuff in some other videos showing you guys how to use that. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys learned something. I'm Jeremy Hawes. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That leaves it wide open. Yeah. I know that